What's up, guys? It's Jailbreak, and I'm back. I know that has been a very long time since I posted. I think it has been about 3 or 4 months since I last posted. I have to tell you the reasons because I had to go to college, so obviously I couldn't be making videos in school. Plus, the Wi-Fi there sucks absolute dick, so I can't make videos that will be worth the quality of you guys. But I do want to say that I still have been playing the game and I've made a lot of progress. Now, if you remember from the last video that I made, and by the way, thank you guys, that video has 86 views. That's the highest view count I've ever had for a video. Thank you guys so much. If you think that we can reach that same number of views, please like and subscribe and maybe share this video to some of your friends that might enjoy the video as well. Now, for those of you that remember the last video, we talked about particle beam Tengu and I talked about how strong it was. And yes, indeed, this build was actually strong. I also showed you guys how I almost maxed him out. I got a little bit closer since then, but I still need a lot of blueprints for him. You also probably remember how I wasn't really talking that much during the video. See, the thing is that I was talking, but you guys just couldn't hear me. Because I accidentally used, well, not exactly accidentally, I did this purposely, but I just didn't know how badly to turn out. I used the microphone on one of my earpieces, and sadly, it was not good at all. Sadly enough, I did not listen to the recording before posting, so when I heard the video, I was just disappointed in myself because my voice just sounded absolutely terrible. I was only audible for the first, I think, 2 minutes of the video, and it was just very bad. So for today, there isn't really any gameplay. I might put one, but what I want to show you guys is how much my hanger has changed in those 4 months that I haven't posted. So obviously, first thing, I made a change with Killshot. Before, I was actually rocking a combo of the Ember Gun 10 and the Ember Gun 8. But then later on, I ended up buying the Revoker 10. So now that's the combination I rock with him right now. This is the first change. Second change is Tengu. I actually swapped out the particle beam for a different weapon. Yeah, I swapped stuff with Savants. Now, believe it or not, the updates, the rebalances that they did that buffed up the Savant's damage and reduced his double damage chance was unnecessarily good. Apparently, the first time I was using it with modifiers, and I didn't know until I watched another guy's video and he was talking about the modifier that was active. I didn't realize, but it was still going very well. So this was the other change I made. Now, the third change, this one is a very good change. First of all, I swapped out the miniguns because I realized that they were not doing enough damage output for the mech. They weren't doing it fast enough, and you know that Zephyr relies on high burst of damage for him to be useful and also to not die. And also, if you guys remember, there was a crate rush event probably about a month ago from now, or maybe less than, where people had a chance to get Surge. Let's just say I was lucky and I was actually able to get Surge from that event. I was really lucky. I think it only took me like 6 spins before I could get Surge, and then I was able to get him and I was so happy. I was so happy because that's already one meta mech in my hangar. As right now you can see I have over 3,000 A coins. I'm currently saving up for Eclipse. And yeah, also keep in mind This is supposed to be my long range hanger, so this is actually a mistake. My bad. I was actually trying something pretty funny. So, like for this kill shot build, I actually used the Tetra Rifle 8, and I have to be honest, it doesn't suck. It's honestly way better than I would ever expect. And like the last thing that you would expect to see on a kill shot would be snipers. Basically same thing I did with my Sentinel. Also, if you didn't watch my last video, go check it out. That was a video where I introduced Sentinel before I was using Ares. I actually switched up his weapon. So he uses the nade launchers here. I know that I don't actually have better range than the Vipers, but keep in mind this hanger is meant for range, and I'm also just goofing around with it. So that's basically the function of this first hanger slot. And then for my Panther, if you guys watch my videos, you'd know that for some reason each one of my Panther builds is exactly the same. This launcher, this launcher, this launcher. Well, at some point I looked at it and I was like, why should I just leave it like that? So this change includes not using these launchers. If anything, I'm actually using the fuse models, which I know, are probably wondering, what sort of combination is that even supposed to look like? Now, hear me out. Okay, just hear me out. Okay, this combo is way better than I ever expected. Yeah, it honestly works really well. And I know that none of you would have expected that. Don't worry, I'm in the same shoes as you. I never expected this combo to ever do well for any reason. But it does. It does very well. Yeah, that's basically the entire change for this hanger. Then for this hanger, I want to inform you guys that right now, the way my hangers are, each one is for a specific map type. This first hanger, like I said, is for long range combat. Especially if we're going up against bots, I like to use this hanger most of the time. Now, this second hanger is for mid-range combat. So, just like the change that I did in the first hanger that I removed because of a mistake, I use Revoker 10s now on kill shots. Same thing here. I remove the particle beam, and now instead I use the Savant 6s, which once again, yes, they are pretty good now after the rebouncing updates. I actually advise that if you can and you know you would like to, maybe just try the 6s, especially if you're in the earlier hanger stages. Try the 6s, they'll be very fun for you. Now, just like the other hanger, Surge and the Stormrax. My Surge is generally the same across all my hangers. Just keep that in mind. It's generally the same. I ain't changed the pilots for Sentinel. I ain't saying anything about Sentinel in that situation. It's generally the same. Now, Panther. I'm probably wondering, if there's a mid-range, what did I use on the Panther? Because these launchers, they do work very well with the Panther. We all know that. But we have to be honest, these launchers, they were the old meta. They're getting old. They can't keep up with current day stuff. So, in today's meta, or in today's build anyways, what I use is that I actually use the pod guns now. Yep, I finally decided to buy some pod guns. So I use pod gun 8 and pod gun 10. I think those are the only ones that I can afford. You know, cause the 12, 16, the other ones, they all cost 8 coins. And like I said, I'm saving up for Eclipse, so I can't buy that yet. Same thing here as well. Switch out the Amber guns for the Revoker, because you know, Revoker's OP, it's meta, you know. And I also want to tell you guys that from now on, I'll actually be trying to make my videos a lot better, both in terms of quality, in terms of the sound, and also editing. I've recently started learning how to edit my videos to make them more fun, attractive for you guys to watch. So I really hope that after all my efforts, you guys will actually start enjoying my videos more often. Hopefully I can attract a bigger wide scale and more people to watch my videos. Now on this build, I actually did something weird. I actually used the Ember guns. So in here, I use Ember gun 10 and Ember gun 12. Because believe it or not, these things work very well. Like very well. And I honestly have a lot of fun whenever I use them. Very good. But yeah, I also got Galvin from one of the events. There was an event that was going on where you had the chance to get Galvin completed as many objectives as possible, and it would give you a chance to get all the fortune keys. I was able to get all of them and I got Galvin. I'm so lucky. So yeah, that was basically my entire hangar change. Like I said, first one is for long range, second one is for medium, which is close to long range, and then the third one is for purely close range. You would be seeing me use this hanger every time whenever I'm in what's called again? Oh yeah, free for all. Oh yeah, I also changed up this mech. So now instead of me using Sentinel with the Vipers, I actually use Vortex with the Revoker 6s. If you guys remember, there was a promo code that would allow you get Vortex for free. Apparently it was supposed to be for new players only, and that was a mistake that everyone was getting it. And apparently everyone was speculating that the next promo code would give us a free surge or a free eclipse. That was funny. But I'll be honest, I really hope that they wish that they didn't make this mistake, because I really wanted to get Vortex, but I didn't want to get him at such a low level of only 3 stars. Like, if it was at 4 stars, I could have taken it. I probably would have replaced all my Sentinels with Vortex, but at 3 stars, you just can't do that much with him yet. That's why I honestly hope to be able to upgrade him all the way to the end. But I don't have that many blueprints, so it will be very hard to do that. Apart from that, that's basically all I have to show you guys. And like I said, I'll try and at least play one match, just one. Oh yeah, I also changed up my hanger in this part, so yeah, this is also going to be stronger. Okay, so I'm going to be trying out one big battle. So let's see how I can do. And I think this is only going to be the second time I'm asking you guys this. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out and it really just makes me want to do more videos. Just like the last video that I got 86 views on. Right. Okay, so I know that this is technically more so of a long range map, but I actually like to use the close range stuff here because of how many corners there are and how much easier it would be to actually hide behind stuff. So I actually tend to use my close quarters hammer here, especially whenever the mech tries to like sneak up on this beacon. I always kill him. Like, once I get to the middle, it's honestly way easier. Oh shit, I died immediately. Oh shit, the Hellfire effect was still on me. Okay, let's actually try the Vortex, because I don't really use the Vortex that often because of how much squishier it is than it's supposed to be. which is really unfortunate. So sometimes I use him, sometimes I don't. But I make do of what I can. Yeah, see, even with the ability active, I still took so much damage. Even with all this, I'm still taking a lot of damage. Yeah. As I said, I really wish that they didn't give him for free, because now he's just really not of good quality, or at least not of good enough quality. Oh my god. Yeah, I died. Okay. I might lose this match. I might. Hopefully we don't. Like I said, I'm also just like 2 upgrades away from maxing out my Tengu, but blueprints are so hard to find. So hopefully one day I'll be able to max out my Tengu. Okay, I think we can make a comeback with this. I have no idea why he just left point while he was mid capture. Oh god, I almost died. Alright, so I kill him, but I died. Of course. Okay, so all I have left is my Surge. I think that is left for those who says UMP. Okay, yeah, I think we can win this. Yeah, we win this. Yeah, we win this by kills. I didn't realize that we had that many kills. So yeah, like I said, also don't mind the Panther with 0 kills. I normally get more kills on that, sometimes 8, maybe 7. So yeah, like I said, I hope this video just clears things up of why I haven't been online for so long, and I hope this just kind of like makes up for all the months of videos that I've missed. I just have to stay locked in for my school, because now I'm in college, so I have to take things way more seriously than I ever used to back then when I was still in high school. So I really hope you guys understand. So yeah, so basically that is my entire update, and yeah, also I have 2 more things. First of all, now I also have War Thunder. So if you guys want to see some content from War Thunder, comment it down below if you want to see videos off of that. And also what do I want to say? Oh yeah, also when the new set of rebalances come out, I'll make a video on it, telling you guys all the new stuff that have been rebalanced, changes and all that. Anyways, with that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.